Today gonna sail to the next anchorage, Grand Case. Are you ready for your first sail?
My first sail, estoy emocionada.
How is it really like to live on a sailboat if you've never been on a boat before? I learned a lot in the last years, and will I, with my level of experience now, be able to give crew, how's that feel?
Bien.
A nicer perspective of the sailing life as I was able to 2 years ago. Basically, the question of this video is, how is life different after the initial learning process of sailing a boat on the ocean? On the way to Grand Case, gonna sail to about here, then tack in about 6 miles. I wish that all my sailing days were like this. Seven years ago, I went for the first time on a sailboat with a Baja rally. That's a 3-day rally from San Diego in the US to Cabo San Lucas in Mexico, and stopping at a couple anchorages before that. Just imagine like 100 boats all together stopping at a couple anchorages where normally are like maybe 3 or 4 boats. Total chaos. Big parties, everybody gets drunk, and then in the night another like 50 boats have arrived, and because there are so many, nobody can find their boat back in the night. Super fun and total chaos. Why am I telling you this story is because I knew nothing about sailing, but it was so much fun. So many parties, so many islands to explore, so many fun sailing trips. Let me get back to that in a second. I learned so much, guys. When I went out, like the first times, all my trips always were horrible. And everybody who was joining me, it was, pretty horrible too. I learned so much. It's a beautiful day. It's 13 knots of wind, upwind, doing like 4 or 5 knots. Lovely. I'm not gonna let the boat heel over too much. I think it's a perfect day. What do you think?
I think that is perfect for the first time, and I feel so good. I feel so safe. I don't have scary. No, it's so muy emocionante, and you can feel the freedom and watch the sea. Me gusta todo.
The island you see over there is Anquila. We're going around the point to Grand Case. I thought that after 12 months of crewing, including crossing the Pacific Ocean, I knew quite a bit about boats. Honestly, I found out that besides a few basics about navigating and knowing that I liked the lifestyle, which of course is very important to know before buying a boat, I knew very little about owning a boat. I also did not grow up anywhere near boats. What first followed was a 5-month, at least 12 hours per day work on the boat to learn all the differences between boats and cars. I did have some experience with cars, and I can tell you they are very different, for the simple reason that everything on a boat has to last in a saltwater environment. We're going a little bit further and then tack in to the anchorage. So you're going to tack. When I say yes, you can pull this, pull it in, okay?
Tell me when.
Fast. Be good. Bye. Okay, great. And then inside here, push it in. Yeah, perfect. So this one goes in an 8. Goes around, 8, around, keep making an 8. Okay? So over, right, left, right, left, right, left. Right, yeah, exactly. No. Over, turn around, you have your corner, and now, left back. a lot of northeast winds coming, and this side of St. Martin is not great protected. When you get northeast swell, it gets rolly, and it was rolly the last 2 days. Was it rolly the last 2 days? Rolly sleeping?
Rollies?
Rolly during sleep.
Ah, yes, because the boat is in move, left and right, mueve.
So I'm gonna see if I can find a spot closer to shore, which is more protected. When I left Guatemala to sail towards the East Caribbean, the first year was so hard. And now looking back at it, I see why. I crewed on about 7 boats at the time where I was a crew member, and all of them were either planning to cross the Pacific or actually crossing the Pacific. So all of those people have been owning those boats for a couple of years and have done a lot of work on them, because crossing the Pacific are long distances and there are little marine stores on those islands, so your boat better be in a good condition. Which I had to learn what it even meant for a boat to be in a good condition. The second thing I learned the hard way is that the trip from the west coast of the USA down to Mexico and all the way to Panama is mostly a downwind trip, and crossing the Pacific mostly too. I had never really done much upwind sailing that year and didn't really know what it was, so I hadn't really taken into account the importance of where to buy my first boat, and I bought it in a location from where, if you want to see the Caribbean islands, basically my first year was going to be only upwind sailing, which on the open ocean is at least 10 times harder than downwind sailing, even more so in a small boat. Now I've gotten to a point where I do understand most of those things. I learned it the hard way, and for whoever is watching who also didn't know much about sailing, I hope you learned with me. Welcome to Grand Case. What a lovely sail that was, absolutely wonderful. High five, your first sailing trip, yeah! How are you feeling?
So good.
What are you making for lunch?
These tortillas with green beans, ratatouille, mushrooms, cheese, and estoy experimentando.
We had some questions from people on the internet. How old are you? How old are you?
24.
You have really good genes. You look younger.
Thank you.
What's the end result?
The food is ready, and
I like it.
It's food of a boat. ¿Sí está bien?
Yeah, it's very good.
Sí.
Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas! I installed Christmas lights. Do you like it? Hey, look outside. Oh, can I pass for a second? Thank you. We look outside to the windows of the boat. It looks like there's a party going on. Do 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 do.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
We're going to shore, going to do some sports, go for a little run, come back, get stuff, go to the beach. Do you have similar experiences, not necessarily related to sailing, where before you started this new thing, everything just seemed so scary to do, and then you did it anyway, and then you were like, oh, this is actually a lot of fun. Let's put out a stern anchor so that the dinghy won't go under the dock. Let's go for a run. This is the run case. Still quiet. It is absolutely beautiful here. Lots of dinner places, party places. I left the key of the lock for the dinghy on shore. Here it is. Okay, let's go. This seems like a good place to go for a run. It's beautiful view over here. You like it?
Yes.
All right, let's go. This lifestyle is so different now. I became what those boat owners, whose boats I crewed on, already were at the time that I was on their boats. Now I do understand enough about weather and plus minus 80% of how boats work, and now I can have a fun time myself with minimal things breaking on the boat. And that's what today's video is about, where I was crew before myself. Are you ready to get some stuff and go to the beach?
Yes.
Now I am taking a crew along for the ride and showing her what this lifestyle is supposed to be like. And I'm taking you guys on for the ride. And I can tell you, as you probably have seen if you have been following me for a while, the rewards at the end of the journey up until now really was worth the initial struggle. So you're going out, you're gonna take the stuff, and then I'm gonna put the dinghy on anchor. Okay. Dinghy's on anchor. All right. Happy?
Muy happy.
If I compare my life with like a year ago I was so scared of just leaving the boat behind on anchor. What's gonna happen, will everything be okay? And now I'm so used to it, I'm like, no, everything will be fine. She has never been on a paddleboard or a kayak before. Everything okay? Maybe people like to know, what do you actually do in Colombia?
In Colombia, I study law.
Law?
Law, yes, derecho.
Are you ready for barbecue chicken?
I wait for the barbecue.
All right, let's go get some barbecue chicken. Such a beautiful place. Let's go. Going over there.
How we doing today?
Going Cynthia. Thank you. We are going to have some barbecue. I've been here before. I really love this place. It's a barbecue place. It's so cheap. It's like you got a meal for 10 bucks. Nice. Cheers!
And where is your beer?
So I don't drink anymore since about 4 months, and if anybody's interested, I'm happy to tell the story one day. But I gave it up, and I'm actually feeling a lot better this moment. So. These are Johnny cakes, which is very local. You want to try if you like it?
I like it, and Johnny cake sounds like Iceland in Colombia, Johnny Key.
Yeah. And 2 portions of French fries and a lot of chicken, all for less than 20 bucks. Nice. This is how the cruising life is supposed to be, I think at least. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next week.